Hello, welcome to Buck's Garage. Today I'm going to talk to you about the most overlooked things when you're building hot rods. Okay, the things that people don't think about. Most generally, if you go back and think, if you were a young guy again and you were going to build a hot rod, what's the first thing you did? Engine. Next thing you did, transmission. Next thing you did, rear end. And that's all you thought about. You didn't think about safety. You didn't think about braking. You didn't think about nothing else. You just thought about, let's get this thing thumping. That's all you did. That's all I did. I didn't think about anything else besides that. All right. Well, today we're going to talk about the things that you should have thought about. All right. So first thing, you got a lot of go. You need a little whoa. It's going to be upgrading your brakes. Okay. Now, there are a lot of companies out there that do great products. Okay. But I found if you're just driving around, tooling around, enjoying your truck, and not turn it into a fire breathing monster, stock replacement parts will work. They will get you stopped. They will even haul in a trailer. They'll get you stopped. Now, if you got a little bit of coin in your pocket and you want to like upgrade like the rear drum brakes into rear disc brakes, all that much better. But you don't have to have anything but factory replacement parts because it will do the job. Okay. Just make sure your master cylinder's in good shape. You got good brake pads on. You got good contact in your drums in the back and you should be fine. But brakes, they are important. The thing to go along with that is suspension. Okay. I don't know how long, for the 9 years I drove my hot rod, I never changed the shocks on it. It's never even came to my mind. Never even thought about it. You know, it was riding fine. Why would I change the shocks? But shock absorbers and suspension ride is huge. Bigger than what you think. It's, okay, now we're talking about the street now and just drive around enjoying it. But if it doesn't take a bump good, if you hit a bump and the truck surges one way or another and it's not tracking straight and doesn't have a good front alignment on it, doesn't have good suspension like shock absorbers and bushings and things like that, you can end up in the ditch. Seen it happen. Had it happen. Okay. So it's important. All right. So it's very, very important. So along with the brakes, make sure your suspension is top notch. Next thing is body bushings. Same thing. I never thought about them as a kid. Why? What? Huh? What? Body bushings? What? Why? Also, on the doors, door hinge bushings. We didn't think about that stuff. We just wanted to go fast. We didn't worry about getting in and out. And if it squeaked, just threw some WD-40 on it. But it is just the next level up into enjoyment on your truck. If you can get in a cab and that cab is moving back and forth and rocking and it's not hitting, you can hear it thumping, time to do something about it. Okay. So body bushings, suspension, door bushings, things like that. Pay attention to it. Take a look at them, see if they need to replace. And they're not expensive. It just takes an afternoon to do it. Doesn't even take that. If you got an impact and they come out good, you can have them done in half an hour. And you will see a noticeable difference. They're done in this one. And I'm never driving an old truck without replacing the bushings again. Nope, not doing it. So that's one of the first things I'll order when I get a new one in and start a project, body bushings. Next one is seats. I had an old pair of bucket seats I had swapped out some guy, traded some part for, and they were ripped up, tore up. They didn't lock, they didn't adjust. I put a $5, this is how old I am, a $5 set of seat covers from Walmart on them just to cover them up because they were a different color than the car. But trust me, when it comes to be able to enjoy this hot rod, I'm fixing the seat cushions. I'm putting new seat covers on it. I'm making sure that everything locks in place, make sure the seat belts are working, make sure everything's in place. Because if you're comfortable, if your ass is happy, you're happy. If your lower back is happy, you're happy. And that means you're going to want to drive it more and more and more and more. Next thing between that, sounds. Hey, you guys know, every one of these is beat up. Every one of these has got the radio opening sawzall cut open. It's all hacked up and everything. But with today's technology, you can wire up a receiver behind the dash. Don't even have to look at it, and a Bluetooth off your phone. And the speaker technology has come miles ahead of what it was 40 years ago. You can make a really nice little system for little to no money, and just, again, to make the enjoyment level, the fun level of your hot rod even that much better. Get some sounds. And then next thing is lighting. LEDs. You can get LEDs to fit all the stuff on these trucks. And I don't necessarily think you need to get them. You can go cheap with like the tail lights and like the dome lights and the interior lights and all that stuff, dash lights. But when it comes to driving, especially nights around here in Oklahoma where deer and critters are everywhere, I suggest a set of LED front lights. They look a little, they're not very aesthetic. Okay, they're not. But they are a necessary evil. And they work great. I have them on my daily. I have them in my wife's car. My son has them all over his truck. His wife has them over her car. I mean, around here, if you live any kind of farmland, they're almost a must, because you don't ever know what's going to step out in front of you when you're cruising on at night. Even if you're just cruising slowly, a 70-pound deer can do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. The better you can see. And guys, we're not getting any younger, okay? The older you get, the worse your eyesight gets, all right? The better you can see at night, the safer you are. So get some LEDs. Is keep it simple. Fuel injection is a great thing. You know, every manufacturer out there has come out with the latest and greatest and upgrades and things you can do. It's everything. I truly enjoy keeping them simple. Good carburetor, new fuel pump, new tank, because, you know, you can't trust an old tank, you know, just some little things, but everything is mechanical. Nothing's electronic. The only thing electronic on this truck is the distributor, you know, and that's pretty simple. It's a pickup tube and a module and a cap and rotor. That's it. And a coil. That's all the electronics involved. It's all, and it's so simple to work on, and it's so much fun just to tinker with. And if you know, that's the other thing. If you have a problem, if you blow a fuel pump, if your distributor goes down, if you know your pickup goes out, if you know, it's just so easy to fix yourself, or just do like everybody else does, including myself. If you got something you ain't figured out and you're having troubles, pull it up on YouTube. And you can have this thing fixed. If it's not running, it's 3 things. It's very simple. Air, fuel, or fire. I have a set of tools right there. And that box has everything in it I need to keep this truck running. Every tool, every ratchet, every wrench, screwdriver, everything. Even a couple little specialty tools that I collected up over the years. You know, like a window crank unlocking tool to get it off of the stud on the door. Little things like that. That's all you need. This basic toolkit, and you can do 90% of the work on this truck. Then once you get to that part, it's just body work, and it's just keeping it clean and keeping it up, keeping your oil changed, you know, all that kind of good stuff. It's just keeping everything greased, you know, just general maintenance, you know, tune your carburetor, run your valves, you know, doing all kinds of just little things just to keep it where when you get out, you don't even have to give it a pump. You just hit to a key, it fires off and it purrs like a kitten, and you're happy, and you put it in gear and you're running down the road and you're just having the time of your life, because the one thing about these old trucks is all of us have memories. It's like listening to music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It takes you back instantaneously. It takes you when you hear something. When you go on a Sunday drive in your hot rod and you see something, or you bounce around and you hear music on the radio, it takes you back. It's like a fountain of youth. It really is. I really love these trucks. I mean, the 50s and 60s and 70s stuff, I really love them. All makes and models, but I have a love affair for these trucks. Now, that doesn't mean I won't build other things, but I have these trucks that hold a special for me because this is what I cut my teeth on growing up, working on, helping all my buddies because they had all these trucks. I didn't. I had old Monte Carlo and Camaros. I didn't have a pickup truck until now. And now I just love them. I love them. The square bodies are great. That's what it's all about. Have some great memories. Take the grandsons for a ride. Take the granddaughters for a ride. Take the wife. I mean, I'm going to say a bad word, but Miss Christina loves to ride bitch. Absolutely loves it. She'd rather drive it, but if I'm driving, she's gonna be snuggled up next to me, and we're gonna be old school, and I'm gonna have that hand tapping between her knees. Yep, yeah, because I'm sorry, it's just so much fun, so much fun. All the work is worth it. All the work is worth it. So if you're still here, smash that like button. That like button is a huge thing. Smash it. Got any questions, any comments, throw them down below. Y'all have a great day, because great day today could soon, for me, be my new hot rod cruising down the highway and enjoying life. Y'all be good.